Hello, it's the Beginner Crafter. Welcome to another budgeting video. Today I'm closing out June and budgeting July. So there will be some numbers going on, and I'm sorry about the lighting, but it's raining. It's been raining since yesterday, almost all the time, so there is no sunlight. So I can only use my lights in the room, and I guess it might be a little dark, but we'll try to get it to work. And yeah, I hope this will work. Okay, I hope you're close enough to see all the numbers. Okay, and this month I've decided to go with using cushion and car maintenance sinking fund, because this is the time when I was paying my car insurance, which I sort of saved the money for during the whole year, not in a special sinking fund, just in my cushion. And because I needed to have it checked, we have to do it every year so that it's sort of good to go officially. And it turned out that there needed to be some repairs. I had to use my car maintenance fund, and that totaled to 2,308.43. My income, the money that I actually earned, was 7,839.21. This is big because I got more extra money than usual from school because I had a bit more substitutions. And also because we got paid like the holiday pay. There's some extra money that we get for holidays. So I got that. And that meant that my whole income this month, the money that I could use to spend, was 10,147.64. And the bills, I budgeted to be 1,013.79. However, because of the repairs, because of the insurance also, that I hadn't budgeted before, mostly because I didn't know how much it would be. I just the difference is really big. Because it's 2,777.58. So I spent much more. Fuel, I budgeted 350, and it turned out to be 338.5, so slightly less. I did use a lot of tickets, like public transport tickets here. So the fuel itself actually went even lower than that. Eating out, I budgeted 450, and I also squeezed in with 436.28, so slightly less. However, groceries, which were supposed to be 400, turned out to be 609.19, and I don't know how it happened. That's a lot more. Also, because my mom even came, and she usually does some cooking, she brings some food, so I thought that I would spend less, but I don't know, I guess it's because of the summer and I was buying quite a lot of water, drinks, ice cream, and it just totaled out to be more than usual. Savings, I had planned it to be 1,990, and it was 2,400. so it's more, nicely more. Beauty was supposed to be 200 and it was 97, so that's a nice number less. Fun was supposed to be 100, was 175.09, which is bigger. Retirement 70, so that's normal. Sinking funds, I hadn't budgeted any, but I managed to get it to 1100, so that's nicely more. Medical, I budgeted 100, I didn't spend any, thankfully. Charity, as usual, 40. Oh, so that's nicely down. And miscellaneous, I budgeted 550, but because I decided to go on vacation and I had to pay part of it up front, so that was much more than budgeted at first. Now when it comes to percentages, the bills were 27.4% of the income, fuel 3.3%, eating out 4.3%, groceries 6%, savings 23.6%, so slightly lower than the bills, but combined with sinking funds later on it will be more than bills, and I think it's quite a safe amount anyway. 0.9%, 1.7% fun, retirement 0.7%, sinking funds 10.8%. So together it's over 1/3 of my income, so I think it's quite good. And bills were high this month because of the car maintenance and car insurance. Medical, of course, 0%, charity 0.4%, and miscellaneous was 20.6%, so that's surprisingly big, but it's the holidays. So the things that I absolutely need, bills, fuel, eating out, groceries, they make up about 40% of my income, and I think that's quite healthy, that it's, between 40 and 50. So I think that's quite a nice amount, because beauty, fun, miscellaneous, these are the things I can actually live with if need be. So I'm quite happy that I fit within this 50%, and the rest can go for savings and also fun. Okay, so that is done. And now the savings category. I'm still not in debt. I did meet with the lady from home loan advisor, and we filled out an application to one of the banks, and we're waiting for their answer and their proposal. So I might be getting into debt in the next few months, because the first payment I'll need from the bank will be in October, and then from November I will be starting to pay some money. So this year I will be getting into debt, so I will be using this column this year, but for now it stays empty. Total monthly income, the 10,147.64. Most of the time lately, I've been doing just the income part, not the total monthly income, but this month I decided I'm using my savings as an income. So I guess they should be worked in to this as well. So I'm still not totally sure how to work this income here, but for now it says total monthly income, so I'm using the total monthly income. Total monthly savings, so savings plus the sinking fund that I have, that was 3,500. Surprisingly round amount. Usually there is some more to it, but this month, because I had to use my cushion to cover some of the expenses, it's sort of, I didn't have any extra room for savings to put any of those amounts extra, just what I normally do. So 1,200 every month, and every time I pay with a card or via transfer, that also goes into the savings. And with sinking fund, I put their round amounts, and the percentage is 34.5% in this way. So for the flat, I saved 900, which is unusually low for me. I usually save much more for a flat, and that's 25.7%. Car also 900, and this is actually a bigger number than usually. So that's also 25.7%. Emergency fund, that's 600, so that's also more than I usually put in there. And house expenses 1,100, that's 31.4%. So for house expenses, that's surprisingly a lot. I mean, usually it's the flat that gets the most money, but it's because I usually have some money left in my budget from the salary that I get, so that's why I'm able to put it there. But this month, because of all the things I had to pay, it didn't work. That's why the flat is slightly lower, but house expenses and flats, they sort of cover the same thing. Although the flat fund will cover my down payments, so that the parts of the money that I need to pay for the flat before the bank comes in with the money, and this is in my bank account. And house expenses is the cash that I save, and it will be used for all the expenses connected to buying the flat. So lawyers, well, I don't think there will be a lot of them right now, but I will need some meetings with a lawyer, because I'll also be buying a parking spot, so that also needs to be done through a lawyer. That will be covered with the car money, I guess. Then, paying people to work on the flat, doing the floors, tiles, everything. So I need this money. It also goes for the flat, so it's kind of the same goal, but it will actually be put into different areas of the flat. So that's how it works in June. That's my June budget. Okay, and now let's plan July. Now I can zoom you out, because I need a bigger space for it. And maybe, since it's the holidays, let's give it some color. So I've got salary from school, and we get during the summer months we get kind of the money that is kind of like what we got on average during the other 10 months. So I had to wait, and I know it's not the best way to budget your month. I had to wait until the first of the month to see that money, how much it's going to be, because I have no idea. And it turned out to be 4,023.62. So I guess that's my average amount of money that I got last school year. Then I got the money for checking exams. And that's pretty fast because they have 3 months to do it, and they did it now, so I'm glad. 2,261.41. So this is great. Then I've got savings. That's the usual from the previous month's money. And then I've got all the bank payments. And the bank just goes all over the place with when it takes the money, but let's put it here. Together with my retirement fund and life insurance. Then the rent is due on the 10th, so I need to pay it on the 9th. I still have to pay the full amount, but last month we were giving information to our superintendent, administrator, I don't know how to call it, but we sent information about how much water we've used during the last 6 months. And I usually don't use a lot of water, and I pay much more every month. So I expect, depending on when they will be able to count it, but I expect from August I'll be paying again lower amounts of rent because I'll sort of overpaid it in the last months. But we'll see how it actually will go. Then electricity, I got the bill already. And it's due on the 8th. And that's 9608. Okay. Then phone and internet. It should be $79.99 as usual. I haven't used any extra money. And 183.99. And the charity. And I guess that's it. So this goes with the income from the previous month. Now, this, as usual, has to be enough for this. But also I'm going to combine it. Or am I going to... No, I won't combine it. I'll put it on another paper, another budgeting from July for my private lessons and extra money that I will get some probably here from the language school. It won't be a lot because I just have one. I had just one student left, so that should be, I guess, about 200. I probably will have some private lessons throughout July, but it's not going to be a lot. So I think I will budget, because I have more money here, like at the beginning of the month already, I think I'll be able to budget all my July needs in one paycheck bill tracker, and then not divide the rest of the month into two parts when I get the extra money, just to use the second bill tracker for the private lessons. So that's only school, and that's 4,023.62. And that's the actual and total as well. So bank, $186.78. Let me zoom you in a little bit. Then the rent. Okay, I've kind of... And since this is automatic payment, I'll just put it like this, because I really don't know when they take it. Then the renovation fund on the 10th, that's 105.84. Electricity, that's on the 8th actually, so that's 96.08. Then phone on the 19th, 79.99. TV and internet on the 19th, 183.99, and that should be all. No, there's also the charity. That's also automatic payment, and they take 40. Hopefully I won't need anything else. I will be paying my other down payment in August, so that's still time. Okay, so that was 1195.67, and that goes to 2,836.95. So that's my leftover for cash envelopes. Okay. Fuel, because I'll be traveling, so I will use quite a lot of fuel then. I guess I'll put it as 400. Eating out, I managed to fit in with 450, so let's put it like this. Groceries, let's try 500. And let's hope I won't get over budget with this amount. Beauty, I still need to go to the hairdressers. I still need to do other stuff. So with beauty, let's go with 250 this month. Medical, I'd like to go to the dentist. I do have some dentist sinking fund, but let's put it as 300. Fun, 300, and miscellaneous 200. I'm totally making the numbers up right now. We'll see how that works. So that would sum up to 2,400. It's quite a lot, so I'll need to make some adjustments. I think if I have fun for 300, I'll limit miscellaneous for 100. The rest has to stay. It can't be any other way. So my envelope total would be 2,300, and that leaves me the leftover of 536.95. So with this, because sinking funds is something I do with cash, and this is only the money that I got into the bank, no sinking funds, no extra debt, because I don't have any. So the rest can go to savings, which is good. Just let me get it a little more like that. But I think the only way to make it stay is to put it like this. Then it works. So I've got it. I am left with 536.95. I don't know why I started with car, but I did, so let's get on with it now. Car, flat, and emergency fund, they all get money from me paying with card or transfers, and they all get a 10 every time I do that. So it's the same amount. So I need to kind of figure out the amount of money in this that will kind of be able to be divided into 3. and I think that's 510. Now 510 divided into 3 is 17 as far as I can tell. 170 times 3, 300, yes. And 17 is usually the minimum amount that I save while paying for things. And actually last month, my savings, 2,400. 1,200 is the amount I normally put. 400 was what not 400. Another 1,200 was what I was putting using those payments, which gives it 400 for each fund here, which means I got 40 payments with a credit card, or not a credit card, a debit card or a transfer. So 17 is perfectly normal. So that's 170 for each of those. And then I'm left with 26.95 for my cushion. Because I need to start saving some money for next year's adventures with the car. So that gives me for 536.95, and the leftover is 0, which is what we want. So